All right, here's our circuit. I'm not going to go through what everything is, but very simply, these are the shutter pins down here, and these over here are the interlock pins. The shutter pins control this. This reads the shutter signal, and it reads it into here, which is where the shutter signal is read. And then if the shutter is closed, it sends the shutter signal to the relay. That's how the shutter turns on and off. And the interlock has to be a full circuit. That's this one here. If it's not a full circuit, it should also shut down. Now I have wired a switch into the interlock as well, and right here you can see this is a resistor on the on the receive pin, which goes to ground, so that if the interlock is broken, the receive pin isn't getting any float voltage. That's just another safety mechanism so that you can't accidentally turn on even when the interlock is broken. It just means that the Arduino isn't going to get float voltage. So here we have this little red light on. That means this relay is closed because we have both the interlock, a complete circuit, and the laser is armed, or the shutter signal is being sent from the DAC as open. So if I close that, it will immediately turn off. If I click it again to open it, you should be able to hear me click. It'll wait 5 seconds before it turns back on. So that's a 5-second delay. No matter what you do, there's always a 5-second delay. And if you click it again, it resets the 5-second delay. So you hear me clicking it. Off, on. 5-second delay. The interlock loop can be broken anywhere. It doesn't matter. If the circuit is not complete, it is considered broken. And so I just have the switch in here to make it easy. Turn it off. You saw that light go off right away. Turn it back on. Now there's going to be a 10-second delay. 8, 9, 10. Boom, there it is. Same thing would happen over here. If for some reason this was popped off, that light would go out, and then as soon as I reconnect it, we got to start counting 10 seconds. 8, 9, 10, boom. So there you go. No matter what you do, it's gonna, if it's the shutter, it's gonna be 5 seconds. If it's the interlock, it's gonna be 10 seconds. If it's boot time, it actually waits 20 seconds before anything turns on. So this ensures that no matter what, it's constantly checking to see, and it is doing it thousands of times a second, checking to see if the interlock is closed or the shutter has been closed. I use in spaghetti, that's what I'm using. When you turn the laser on, the shutter opens. So that's how it all works, and it's pretty safe. Currently the code's pretty rock solid. I haven't figured out a situation that could break it and cause a safety error. It's not incredibly complex code. The nice thing, it also writes everything out to the serial, so you can actually look on the serial device or the serial monitor if you happen to have it open, or something else. Whatever. Let's see if I can zoom in here so you can see this. So this is the boot time. It's in the boot time delay because I just rebooted it, and I'm going to have open spaghetti here, which, like I said, I'm using this for the shutter signal. Once this boot delay is over, which takes 20 seconds, it says shutter's on. Turn it off. Immediately says that the shutter is now closed. And it tells you there's no shutter signal. That's what every 5 seconds. No shutter signal. Turn the shutter back on. It'll wait 5 seconds, and then it'll say the laser's armed. Now I'm going to click the switch for the interlock. Immediately it says there's an interlock fault, and it will tell you that every 5 seconds. That safety delay is once the interlock fault, it can't be turned back on during that time, no matter what. And obviously that resets every time interlock fault is written. If I turn them both off, so there's no shutter signal and the interlock is faulted, they will both display. It says no shutter signal and interlock fault. It says both of them. each time it rereads it. So there you have it. I think it's going to work pretty well. It's, like I said, it's rock solid as far as safety goes. It's constantly checking. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment or go to the threads in either the Lazy Boy or Photon Lexicon forums.